So the second was that, and the third one would be this other issue on the same lib. Let me close the other tabs here. On the same lib, which is the holidefs one. This one is a lot bigger. Like explaining the idea. Basically, right now, what we do on holidefs is basically this. When starting the app, it starts this application file here. When starting it, we start this child, the definition store, and on the definition store is actually an agent. For those who don't know what an agent is, it is Git, I guess hex docs is better. Elixir agent. So an agent is a kind of a abstraction for state. So it's a gen server that holds state for you. So you can implement state without actually implementing all the details about a gen server that's made to hold state, basically. So it's kind of a tiny abstraction on top gen server. That's already an abstraction on top of processes. Anyway, you can look for gen server, you can look for OTP to understand it better, but agent is Elixir only. It's kind of a tiny wrapper for gen servers. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we start this agent and we load all definitions on start, right? It just starts here and gets all the locales, which get, let me see. The locales are defined here. Locales function, where is it? Locales here. So it just returns the module attribute locales, which is all locales basically, right? So it goes through them, getting the code name and loading the code name, and it loads from this definition file. So basically, the idea is that nice, this is good, but it could be better. It could be better in a sense that it could be more performant and maybe even using less memory on the PC that's running it, probably a server. Let me go back to the issue there. So the idea, so we don't add new holidays at runtime in any moment, right? So to support new holidays, new locales, we do it at compile time. We have to actually change this project, change the definition files. So it's actually safe to build this API to actually get the holidays at compile time. We don't need to load the definition file, the entire definition file to memory on the runtime. We could do it on the compile time and then create functions that will execute directly and will be a lot faster. Like compile time, doing things at compile time kind of looks scary, but really it isn't that much. And I'm gonna show you. But it is for sure a little bit harder than my previous pull requests, right? So git checkout master. E aí, Minjar, você está entendendo o que eu vou fazer agora? I asked Minjar because I know he's a programmer, like retired one. But yeah, let's see if he's understanding it. Please let me know if you need any help to understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing. I answer everything on the chat, from the chat. So git checkout, compile. Devs. Right. So basically, holidefs. What I'm going to do is the definition store then, instead of get definition, right. Let me see. Get definition, definition, right. How I'm gonna do that? Let me check the. Oh, only one slow frame. That's really good. Just a moment. Mistress Kelvinstein is just texting me. Okay. Right, let's go on. So the store is the responsible for starting the server right now, right? What I'm going to change is basically that it's not going to be the responsible for starting the server anymore, because it's not going to be an agent anymore. So it's just the place that we're going to put the all definitions that are loaded, and it's not going to return the agent, but return the how the definitions were stored before actually. Load all, load. All right, it's a list, bare list, right? So basically what we are going to do here on all definitions is to return, how can I set that? Yeah, this right now is what happens during most of the day of a programmer. You sit staring at the code and think, how do I do that? Right? But this is the idea of these lives actually. I don't want to be the guy that just comes here and teach how everything should be done. I'm just showing up how I do stuff and how I learn, you know. So hopefully you learn something with me, and maybe even I learn something with you by the comments, right? All definitions. So all definitions basically should return all definitions that are loaded. So we are going to change the load from startup time to compile time. And how are you going to do that is basically we're going to find a at definitions and load this list. This list should be the list that's going to replace the runtime list of dependencies. And this list is going to be basically this code. So how I move this from runtime to compile time. Simple. Now, does that work? I don't know, but this is a start. Anyway, it's going to return a list of definition loaded, like of definitions that are going to be loaded. So this actually simplified the code, and this is going to be removed because it's not a process anymore. This is going to be removed because it's not an agent anymore, and all definitions should return at definitions. Get definitions should return at definitions. All right, this one is a bit more complex actually. It's this one, but instead going through the definitions is the at definitions. Let me see if it fits on one liner. It fits. Lovely. And get locale atom still is useful because it's there. I just pointed at my screen, come on. Like there, guys. You know, here, can you see it? Like here, this line. I'm just crazy. Right, locale keys. I guess this one could be moved to add locale keys too, which is like more processing instead of more runtime processing, more locale keys. One liner, that's good. I think this could be rewritten to one liner too. Let me see. Perfect. A little bit less readable, in my opinion. Minjar, are you still there? No, Minjar went away. Just Falknorsk. Falknorsk, what do you prefer? This or this? Oops. Looking at the code, I don't mind this actually. It's good enough. Oh, Falk, eu tava te perguntando aqui, ó, o que tu prefere, ó? Isso aqui ou isso aqui? Uma linha só que a galera não entende muito bem. Ou várias linhas e é um pouco mais fácil de entender. Ah! É por isso que live é da hora. Dá pra fazer em uma linha só também. Olha aí, ó. Viu? Só de explicar o problema pro cara, eu descobri que dá pra fazer ficar menor ainda, olha só. E ainda legível. Perfect. I just was explaining to Falknorsk asking him what did he prefer, and just by explaining it, I got a better solution, like a combination of the two. It's perfect. I didn't realize before that actually the four comprehensions they get, if you have, like, they get smaller than the enum map. Pretty interesting. So if you only have to go through one list and do one thing, like executing one function, like 4 is really short, and you can do on one-liners like this. Cool. Never realized that before. So I'm not sure if I should be doing this actually. Like this get locale atom here. I mean, and just some refactoring. That's still not going to be very readable, right? L do L L, L, and it fits. So here I do basically, if it's in this, if it's not, but it's a binary, or is atom. Oh, Minjar, você caiu? Você caiu? Deixa eu ver. É, cara, eu não perdi frame. Ô, Falk, você que... Sabe, é aqui que eu devia estar olhando para os frames mesmo? Tipo, se tivesse travando e perdendo conexão, aqui estaria um número alto, né? Na verdade, foi isso que aconteceu na outra live. Sei lá. Não sei. Pode ser aí. Oh, valeu pelas dicas, Israel. Não, eu entendi que queria ser pod. Vou mostrar o chat aqui também que fica mais fácil. Massa. I was just asking Minjar said he just it was lagging for him. So continuing it, and this should be. So it was kind of a big rewrite of this module, and yeah, valeu Miharito, valeu Falcão. Deixa eu ver. O que eu ia fazer? What I was going to do actually now, I was going to show you the actual rewrite of the store module. Yeah, store module. So this is the rewrite we did. We kind of rewrite we did. It's kind of big. So here use agent was removed right on top here. Let me just, on the left there is the previous code, and on the right here, the same line, there's the new code. So a use agent was removed, this whole function was removed, and instead we created two module attributes, right? It's not wanting to go back there. Okay, so back. So remove the whole thing. So all definitions now returns straight these definitions that were loaded on compile time. Continuing. Get definition now just gets the definition from inside these definitions that were loaded at compile time. And we rewrote this function get locale atom to actually these two things, to actually convert the string to atom in case it is a valid atom. And that's it, right? So the thing we have to do now is to actually load holidefs application. Here we don't need this module anymore because we are not going to start any process on this thingy now. So I can totally remove this file. I don't remember how you remove on netterw. Alright, I don't care. I just going to do this rmrf lib holidefs application. Right, application was removed, and then on mix.exs I have to remember to get the mod here and remove it too, because the mod there is just the module configuration, like what module should be started when this application starts, and if there's nothing set there, nothing will get started. because right now nothing needs to get started because we don't have any process being started when starting the application. And we can the application can just configure the extra applications that should be started, which is Logger. Not sure even if we should actually depend on Logger, but Logger comes with Elixir, and so we are okay doing that. So we are all right. Let's test it. Fingers crossed. Not sure if we even have store tests. We have. Yeah, empty, but we have. Rule test. Oh, the rule test is a bit bigger. And I guess we have date calculator test, definition test, holiday test, holidefs test. This is the one that actually matters the most because this is the public API, right? So if this test passes, this whole suite passes, I'm confident that I didn't break too many things. All right, so cannot inject attribute definitions into function macro because cannot escape function. Holidefs definition rule load function. The supported values are lists, tuples, maps, atoms, numbers, bit strings, PIDs, and remote functions. So on definition store, of course it would not be that simple, right? Like probably in here store 15. This is the problem, probably. The compilation problem here, it says the problem is on this line, like here. This is the line 15, but actually the problem is probably here because this is where at compilation time we load, and by just looking at the problem here, it's kind of saying to me that it couldn't load. Yeah, the problem is that you can't use function this anonymous functions on compile time, right? You can't build something, a set on attributes that way. You have to use mod funarity format and not actual functions. Let me see. Like probably definition load read from file, and it goes through, and it builds the rule, and it says where is it, like attribute function macro because cannot inject attribute because cannot escape function definition rule load function, right? All right, so load function. What's this map all about? Oh, function from name. Function from name. Here, this is the problem. I don't need to do this. I can, instead of function from name, I'm going to return MFA from name. MFA stands for module functionality, which is this notation here. Let me show you. Which is this notation here. The module, the function, and the arity. But the arity then is 2, right? Which is the actual so yeah, I guess let me just make sure I am right. MFA. Format MFA. All right. Going back to apply. Apply has this module, function, and args. So what I need is actually just a modular function, because the args is just a list. Yeah, I don't need the arity. MFA from name, then load function, which is going to return load MFA. Oh, so Falknors, you're here for English lessons because dev, I really don't know what you're talking about. Dev stands for development or developer, which is programmer, right? But yeah, feel free to learn English too if you want. So loading MFA here, loading MFA. Oh, actually this is the problem. So if the modifier is nil, this is a big problem. Oh, I think I can do this. Apply modifier. Then I can return here rule apply modifier, and then actually I guess this at here will work. But it looks like a very strange at. Ah, você sabe disso, Falk? Pô, mano. Que falar que você deve, você não sabe o que tá falando. Oh. Pô, é estranho te chamar de Falk. Fala sério. Eu só te chamo aí porque tem de Falk, porque tem. Não tem mais, cara. Vou te chamar de Israel. Vou te chamar de Israel agora. O mito foi embora. O Wellington. At apply should work. Should it work actually? I think it should. Right. Let's go on, because then I can actually in the load function I can do that thing that I was going to do, which is the apply modifier. Function modifier. Right. Modifier. I call the function. Actually, not the function. I call the the rule and the modifier. The modifier is the first one. Oh no, actually all four. Function, modifier, year and rule. I need all of them. Or not? Do I? I don't. Where year and rule come from? Oh, year and rule come from there. Oh yeah, true. Year and rule are the actual ones that I'm going to pass by. So what I need to do is apply modifier, send function and modifier, and ask for year and rule. Yeah, that's it. So I guess this should be enough to make the test pass, or at least compile. Let's compile the files. And it didn't. It should actually give me better error description. Cannot inject attribute definitions into function macro because cannot escape function X in definition rule. So, it should be module function arity. And that's it. Like the whole format, module function arity. How can I do that? Yeah, I should return it as I just need to load function. So the function, I have to check how it's used actually. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to finish it today, guys. It's already 1.5 hours almost. I have about 10 minutes to actually try to make it work. But if it doesn't, I don't mind. I mean, I can finish it tomorrow with you again. Right, where the rules called function. Build, apply modifier. I think both this and what's the other one? And load function. Where is this and this line should actually return something like the module rule, apply modifier, and I don't know. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Like, I need to basically what I'm doing is trying to load a function at compile time, an anonymous function, and set that anonymous function to one of the rules inside of the definitions. And then on holidefs here, there's the get date, probably on year, on get definition, and find between. Find between should actually execute the function. There's function here, find between, take while, they compare. Oh, right. I guess it's year. Def year. All year holidays here. All year holidays. So it gets the holidays for the whole year. And it from who? From rule. Whole. Almost time to get back to work. Like to actual work that they pay me for, not to some open source work. Let's see, from rule, build from rule, build from rule, here, function. Here, this is how they call the function. It's just year and rule. So instead of that, what I probably will do is apply function here, module and function. Also, what I'm going to do here, that's why you should not maintain your old projects. They always look look very ugly. Like, come on, did you see the function header? It was multiple lines, pretty crazy, and doesn't matter if it's a function, actually, right? So new, not in month or day. Why? All right, when it is a function, I actually need at least this. I need this to match. All the rest, I don't even need to get this way. The name and informal, I can get like this, rule.name. So name is already done. Function I already got under header. When function is not true because it's not a function. All right. And informal. Rule.informal. That's it. And the other one, I don't need to get anything else beside the month and day. Like name and informal, still not needed, because I only use month and day on the header here to check if month or day is not new. And if it's new, it goes to the last one, which considers week and weekday. Month, week and weekday. Right? It's still pretty long here. Maybe I should. Spank. New, not in month and day. It falls back to this. Let me see name here. Yeah. Let me have vector these two. Date. There's no reason why. Oh, there is. The reason is the date. We don't get the date before that. The date's here, if it's a list or not. Man, how am I going to do that? Yeah, I guess this one is okay to actually break the line here. Falk, não tô gravando não, porque cara, eu tenho até a opção aqui para gravar, mas a primeira vez que eu gravei, na verdade foi no OBS, né? Então pode ser problema do OBS. Primeira vez que eu gravei aqui o bagulho, travou tudo, cara. Chegou no meio, o frame rate tava tipo eu acho que tava 2 frames por hora. Algo assim. Tava terrível. A primeira live que eu fiz, basicamente. Deu tudo errado nas 3, 4 primeiras. Até essa última que deu certo, um pouquinho certo, e eu deixei ali. Eu fui burro e conectei na internet errada, mano. Aí tava, tipo, eu tava aqui embaixo na cozinha e conectado na internet lá de cima. E tava uma merda. Daí, aí do meio pro final o bagulho travou tudo, quebrou, inclusive quebrou a live em 3, saca? Caiu a live e voltou. I was just explaining to Falknorsk, he's the guy, whoever actually talks Portuguese or even English, let's go flood his channel with people from all around the world. He talks in English too. He probably can talk with you, like answer you. So if you ever want to listen to a crazy guy talking in Portuguese about his life and playing games, go there and follow him. Like he's a very funny guy. Então, eu vou reaproveitar o vídeo, cara. Mas basicamente, tipo, eu vou torcer para que o vídeo da live não seja tão bom. Que seja bastante bom. Esteja bom e eu possa pegar e jogar direto para o YouTube e tal e fazer uns cortes. Mas esses primeiros vídeos eu não tô muito com esperança de reaproveitar, não. Tô bem, tipo, de boa, tô testando, vamos ver como é que é, saca? Mas vamos lá. O bagulho é louco aí. Quem sabe funciona, cara, né? Alguma hora vai dar certo. Aí o name não precisa aqui. Month. Não precisa nada desse aqui. Rule year, rule month, rule week, rule weekday, code, rule name, date, já tá lá. Rule date, já tá lá. Date option, já tá lá. Rule of informal. Mix from. $49. Também, né? Cara burro. Apply precisa botar. Apply needs to go with. I need to send the module, the function, and the arguments. Year and rule. Right? So Fox just giving me tips there of what to do. So it's good to download the Void. So when I have music playing, the Twitch could actually silence some parts. Oh, for copyright. Oh, I didn't know that actually. Really? Interesting. Yeah, they cooperate afterwards, right? Because during the live they can't do anything, or maybe they can. Maybe I shouldn't put music. I did just put music because I saw other programmers doing that. Você acha que tem problema botar música? Porque, cara, é só eu parar aqui que se dane. É verdade, depois eu vou botar no YouTube ainda esse bagulho. Beleza, que o Fit for a King ia gostar de uma propagandinha. Não sei porquê, né? Essa maluquice de copyright aí. Mas enfim, eu vou parar a música. I'm stopping music. Because actually, guys, I want to be able to put this stuff on YouTube afterwards, and copyright is something I should be careful a little bit. Careful at least. Maybe I can put some elevator music afterwards, like when I found some good elevator music, which is kind of impossible, but yeah. Okay. Oh, it's already past 1.5 hours. A third. Third is actually something else. It's not the third guy. Anyway, so here the function is going to be, oops. The function is going to be the modulo function, the mod fun, like that, right? And then on the rule, I have to load mod fun as a mod fun. So here I just return custom functions and name, right? Right. And then the problem is the modifier. How am I gonna build the modifier on compile time? Because that one I need to send the original function, execute it, and then modify it to add some days, for example. Actually, I have an idea. I think I have managed to. So here then I do return the apply modifier. How can I do that? The rule, apply modifier, then I return function modifier, like the function here is the mod fun, so then here I have to parse it to mod fun args, right? So then, oh, the args are year and rule, so I don't mind to actually apply mod fun. Here I am sure that they're going to be only year and rule. Receiving some notifications on my wrists, right? And then the modifier I do apply to the year and rule. That's it. So what I have to do when calling it on holiday here is that where I call the apply here, I have to be aware that there's the args here, and I have to amend this to the args, like to put it on the end of the list. Ô Falk, você falou pode colocar, mas eu tava pensando, cara, da música. O problema é que depois eu vou querer cortar isso aqui, saca? E botar shortzinha no... Tipo, eu meio que tenho que me acostumar a fazer sem música, né? Porque daí se eu for querer colocar shortzinha, uma que vai ficar cortando a música lá no meio, saca? Fazer um vídeo cortado do bagulho lá no YouTube, sei lá, tipo com os cortes da minha programação. Agora você deve ter escutado o barulho da minha barriga, cara. O microfone tá aqui, não tá muito longe da barriga, cara. Tá feio o negócio. Enfim, eu vou deixar assim porque eu que não vou me estressar depois com copyright. Que se dane. So, yeah, just Falk Norsk just confirmed that you listened to my belly noise. Sorry guys, it's the belly, right? It's not something else. It's not really that bad. Oh, actually, it didn't went through the... That was the good side of the music, you know? Oh, cool. App de música sem copyright. That's a good thing to know. He just told me that there's this app of musics without copyright on them, so I guess it's something I could put there. I think it's time to end this live because my belly is complaining, right? Oh, it changed the... Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this, right? Go away to the bathroom. Just kidding. It's not that bad yet. Maybe it will be worse a little bit after the... All right, holiday 64. Now we're getting there. Rule. All right, holiday 88. The year is not used. Yeah, because the year, I thought, yeah. Apply modifier for is unused. Rule 87. 87. Because this should be public, because I have to apply the modifier. I'm going to put this on custom functions because it's important. To put them all in the same place. And the module is going to be always the same, right? So I only need to put the function and the args, which for instance is just the functions first. It could be the function, yeah, let's put this way. It's too short. Custom functions. So just a name if it's on the custom functions. And I think this could be this way, yeah. What can I do here? I'm really thinking maybe I should do this here. Yeah, return the name itself if it's on the custom functions. And if it's not, just throw an error. Then the load function here should actually not load functions at all. Maybe I just what I'm going to do is to actually save the function modifier here. No. And to put this here. Yeah. And okay. Load function should not be a big problem. Load function here. So here doesn't matter. Apply. Then on apply, I have the year and the rule. The function, the year and the rule. On the rule, I actually can check if the rule yeah, rule has a function modifier when modifier is different than nil, I do call the modifier. So apply and do this, right? Right. Yeah. Yeah. And if it doesn't, otherwise, if it's a rule and that's it, the only thing I have to do is to apply and return the result as is, right? And I don't need this apply modifier also. So that's a big refactoring. But so if I have then on holiday the place I call this function, rule. So here function, if the function fun is for function, where fun is not new, right? I do call the fun. But how do I call it fun? Custom functions. I do apply the why did I wrote apply if there was already an apply there? And then these args are totally irrelevant. Man, this code is getting nicer and nicer every iteration of your factors. I'm just not liking this one. Yeah. Minjar, are you still there? No, he went away. But there are other viewers there. So, hey guys, cool. We're programming some Elixir here. If you have any question or anything to tell me. This is an open source project, by the way. The one called holidefs. Yeah, let's finish it up. I suppose mix compile here is going to work now, and it's not. Function modifier not found, of course, because that's a struct. The rule is a struct, and I didn't add it to the struct. Function modifier. Right. And I have to add a function modifier, which should be an integer, I guess. Right? Because it's used like an integer, at least last time I checked. Where custom functions? Yeah, the modifier date add, it should be an integer, because you can't add something it's not an integer to a date, right? Cool. So function modifier should be good now. Custom functions mod 8. Custom functions mod module, right? Which is this exact same module here. Mod, still mod. Yeah. Falk, depois me passa o nome desse app aí. Que aí eu vejo se eu encontro alguma coisa boa lá. So apply should be 3 arguments. Like kernel apply conflicts with the local function, of course. I don't mind actually conflicting with kernel that much. Let's call it execute, right? And call it like execute here to apply execute. It's not for you though. It's my wife that's back there. She helps me a lot, by the way, like on the lives. The first ones, she tried to warn me that nothing was working and I didn't listen to her, like every husband ever, right? So yeah, I didn't listen to her, and then I did kind of a whole hour of live, and when I went there to watch the actual live afterwards, I noticed, hey, yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, this time I listened to her, or not actually, because she was not here. I listened to Falk, so you should be proud of yourself, Falk. I listened to you. Like, what did I do now? On store, there's the function locale, right? On store, I think it's going now, locale. Oh, here. The problem is this. What you... Ah, você tá escutando o micro-ondas, cara? Juliana tá aí. Agora ficou tipo, ai caramba, estraguei a live dele, cara. E agora? Com barulho de micro-ondas. Café, cara. Faz um pra mim, amor. Obrigado. Vai fazer. Tá de boa. Falknox just warned us that you could listen to the microwave sound there. So it's my wife doing coffee for her, and then I asked for a coffee from me, of course. And yeah, we do coffee on the microwave. Like we do those instant coffee stuff. I don't know how you call it in English. I don't mind the flavor, like the real flavor of coffee, you know, like the flavor of real coffee. I just drink whatever is in front of me. Yeah, this is the real life. Oh, no, actually, is this the real life? He sings, right? I would love to put some Queen right now, but copyright. Mix compile, please compile. All right, now it compiled. Custom functions execute, right, holidays. Holiday. I have to put in here. And I think that's it. It should be compiling right now. Yeehaw! So mix test, fingers crossed, again. And they failed. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because then we got an error that we would not get if I didn't wrote test for this lib, right? So errors are always good. All right, load observed. Function clause error. holiday load observed. Observed. Right. Where is it? Right. Here. Observed fun. Ooh. Ooh. So observed could be a function too. We have a problem, Houston. The same thing I did for function, I have to now do for this other one. Hopefully it's not going to take as much work. Please don't. Observed. Here. And actually observed is a function. Observed from name, function from name, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, basically I don't have to do the same. I just have to call it, right? Like this. Oops. I just have to do basically this thingy here. Do custom functions dot. Actually, call is a better name, right? For fun date rule. Call is a lot better name for it. Execute call. Because you call functions, you don't execute them. Execution, it's not good. And it's shorter. I like short names. As you can see for some of my variable names. Fun. Fun is a lot more fun than funk. Although I like American funk, I don't like Brazilian funk though. Sorry, Rio guys. Good coffee, thank you, lovely wife. Right, mix test. Please go. 2, I fixed 1 test. Now I have to get another one. So rule test. Yeah, the rule test function is not function. Rule function is equals Easter, I guess. Let me just close this, open this, mix, test, stale. I think there's like one watch, test, watch, mix, test. I think there's like this one mix, test, watch. I don't want to actually have to use this. I don't want to have to install this actually. I just want to do TDD like instead of mix, test, watch. There's another way I know, like they do. I saw a post on that. Mix tests, watch, Mac OS. I mean, as Brazilians says, dane-se. Let it go. To translate it in a very, how can I say, friendly way. Screw it, to translate in the correct way. Definition test. Function, rule function, rule function. some functions. Here I have to call the rule function and send. Yeah. Hey Falk, uma pergunta. Nossa, tô te chamando de Falk mesmo, cara. Olha só. Opa. Esse tamanho de fonte aqui tá bom? Tipo, você consegue enxergar as coisinhas na minha tela aqui? Que, cara, tá... Esse é o tamanho normal. Que eu normalmente uso. Eu acho que é meio pequeno pra compartilhar. Mas assim eu acho que tá bom, né, cara? This was not me, just to mention. This was... All right, I guess this is the last fix and we are good to go. Right, application. So, loading definitions on compile time. Closest number, I guess it's 19, right? The error. It took a while. As I said, it was a lot more difficult than the first one. Like close number 19. Git, I guess I have this one, push -u origin compile defs. I'm going to open the pull request there, pull requests here. And we have it. Yeah, and actually we simplified a lot our code. Like not just the infrastructure needed, because now it doesn't have to actually start an application on your server to actually hold the state for that. The state is loaded to your actual code itself after compiling, right? So the only disadvantage of that kind of thing would be that if I, for some reason, someday want to add new locales definitions on runtime, you know, then we probably need to actually get back to the agent idea. But still, even for that thing, I would say it's better to have both then, like to load the ones that we can load on compile time, to load them in compile time, and then load have this agent to load them on to load new ones on runtime, you know, and then use like the runtime or the runtime as a fallback, so to not allow to replace the locales, right? But use the runtime as a fallback of the compile times. As the compile times are faster, it's better to actually make the compile times call first and then the runtime. But we actually don't support runtime on this lib, and we don't plan to, so that's why I'm changing to compile time. Yeah, that's it for today.